Hey there, pedal people. It's a pedal guy here. How you doing? Got a special treat for you today. Today we are going to unbox and demo the brand new NUX Stageman Floor Acoustic Preamp and DI box. But before we get started, please take a second and click on that subscribe button down there so you can stay up to date with all of our videos. Well, what makes this special? Well, we're pretty much the only guys that have this so far, or was able to finagle one of these away from NUX when we met up with them yesterday. So this is a somewhat pre-production model, but what you're seeing here is what is going to be in the box when you get it. So this is a bit more of an untraditional unboxing video, because this is obviously this is not the brand new condition of a manual here, but this is what comes in the box when you get it. So you have your instruction manual here, which is pretty straightforward, tells you everything you need to know. And here is the Stageman. Now this is based off of the Stageman amplifier, the AC50, which is a great sounding acoustic amplifier. We've sold several of these over the last year, and it's a great sounding amp by itself, but it also has some amazing sounding effects and an amazing preamp, and all of that is now built into this little floor pedal. So let me just take you through the basics of the pedal here first. So if we have a look at the back, we have our input, we have our output, we have an insert for a tip ring sleeve for an effect. So if we want to put an effect in here, like a delay or something like that, we can do that. We have the ground and lift option. We have a pickup option between piezo and a magnetic pickup. There's also a USB port here on the back for updates that they may make to the firmware for the pedal. On the side here, we have the auxiliary input for your MP3 player, or if you're doing a playback device. We have your headphone output, and you have a DI output. Now here on the top, we've got a chorus, we've got a reverb, we have a preamp with a bass, middle, treble EQ. We also have a notch filter here, which we can engage by just simply turning off and on the switch. We also have a scoop, a mid-range scoop. Now, the other thing that goes on here too is you've got the preamp, which you turn on and off by using the switch here on the right, sorry, my other right. And on the left here, you turn on and off the chorus. There's also a freeze function here. So if you press and hold, you'll hear the chorusing freeze and hold and sustain until you release it, and then a couple seconds later it goes away. Now you also have a looper in this pedal. Yes, there is a looper here. It's a very simple one, and it's the same one that comes with the Stageman AC50 amp. To engage it, you just simply press both of the buttons and you go into loop mode. And it's a very, very basic looper. It's not like a replacement for a loop core. It's not a replacement for, like, say, a Jam Man or something like that. It's a very basic looper, but still very effective. So at this point now, let's go ahead and let's plug it in. Let's have a listen and let's check it out. All right, well, we've got the Stageman plugged in and we're ready to start using it. Just as a quick reminder, there is no on-off switch for the reverb. So if you have any value assigned to it on the knob, you're going to hear it. Other than that, you can just turn it off by just simply assigning it to 0. So right from the get-go, you can hear a little bit of reverb there in the background. We're just going to keep it there for now. And we also don't have the preamp engaged yet, so it sounds very dull. And to change that, just simply turn it on, and there you go. So I'm going to go ahead and kill the mic, and let's have a listen to the preamp. Sounds really nice, right? And the thing to keep in mind with the preamp is you want to kind of keep it under control, because you can teeter on the edge of distortion when you use this. And depending on the type of pickup you're using, depending on the strength of the pickup you're using, that can definitely lead to some nasty sounds. So that's the beauty of using a pedal like this, is that you preamp it, it goes into the mixing board or to the PA system you're using, and then let the PA system do the amplification from there so that you don't overdo it if you're trying to mix in with the rest of the band. So let's go ahead and make a couple of adjustments to the EQ so you can hear the difference. Now, the other thing we have is we have a scoop, which will create a dip in the mid. So I'll give you a couple of A/B examples of that. Next up is the notch filter. Now the notch filter is, it makes minute changes. It doesn't make huge changes to the sound. And this is used to kind of clean up the prickliness of the pick, if you want to. So it can kind of be thought of as like a noise filter, if you will. Moving on, let's check out the chorus effect. Now the chorus is located over here on the left side of the pedal. There is a corresponding knob up there at the top, and it also has a freeze function. So to turn it on, you just simply click and there you go. Now it's set to a very small amount. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to actually bring the reverb pretty much all the way down. I have a little bit left in there because I want you to hear the chorus. And then I'll make some adjustments to the chorus knob so you can hear the kind of sounds you can get from this. Now, one thing to keep in mind too is you've also got a freeze effect. So there's nothing playing through right now, so you don't hear anything, but just simply press and hold, and you'll hear this nice, really sustained sound. The next section we're going to look at is the looper. Yes, there is a looper inside this pedal. It's just like the gift that keeps on giving, this thing. Now, the thing to keep in mind with the looper is that, A, it's a very basic looper. It's not like a replacement for a loop core, a Jam Man, or RC30, or anything like that at all. This is a very, very basic looper. So Just come to it with adjusted expectations, and you'll be pleasantly surprised what you get out of it. Now, the other thing to keep in mind is that the reverb knob is a dual purpose knob. It affects the reverb when the looper is not engaged. When the looper is engaged, it affects the loop level. So you want to make sure that loop level is turned up. But here's the trick. You want to turn the looper on before you make an adjustment to the loop level knob. And the reason being is when you go to the looper, whatever setting you had the reverb on, that's where it's going to stay when you start recording. So if you turn the looper all the way, if you turn the reverb all the way up and then switch to the looper, that cacophonous reverb is going to be there and it's going to take over everything. So you wanted to make sure you're not doing that. So just a little FYI there for you. So to engage the looper, you just simply press the two buttons down here, the chorus and the preamp buttons together simultaneously. Hopefully you have a big enough foot to make that happen. If not, just go side foot there. Okay. Now the preamp is turned off. Well, the preamp is on, but we've engaged the looper mode now. So that red solid light is now a blinking green LED. And this is a very basic looper, as I've said. It has a record, it has a play, it has an overdub. But it functions just like any other looper. So you turn, you press it twice to turn it off. You press and hold to erase it and start over again. So to just start recording, all you have to do is just press the button, and there you go. Now it's going to solid red, so it is recording. Okay, and once you're done recording, you can press it, and now it's playing back whatever was looped. If you want to overdub over that, just press again, and now it turns into kind of a greenish yellow. I know the camera's not quite picking that up, but that's what it looks like. And then once you're done, hit the button again, and now it's playing everything that you've just recorded. So if you want to stop it, just double tap it, and it stops. And if you want to erase it, just press and hold. And now it's erased. And so you can start from square one again. Okay, so that's how the looper works. It's very, very basic. So what we'll do is turn up the loop level, and then we'll make some adjustments and have a little fun with the looper. Okay, so you can hear it now, and it's a pretty basic loop. There's a little bit of a gap there between the end and the beginning of the next loop, but that's fine. That's what reverb can help cure as a problem there. So at this point now you can start overdubbing more parts, but before we do that, I just want to point out a couple of quick things here. While the looper is playing back, you can exit the looper while it's still playing back. You just simply press the two buttons again. And now you're back into where it was before, the standard mode. So if you want to make an adjustment to, say, the reverb at this point, you can do that without it affecting the loop level as it plays back. And then once you re-engage the looper, that's where the reverb will be set. So just something to keep in mind. So now let's go back to the looper. There we go. And at this point now, let's turn on the chorus. And let's go ahead and record a chorus part. So yeah, we just wanted to do just a quick demo of what the looper can do, but you can see from here, it's very simple, right? And if I want to stop, just double tap, and now it's stopped. If I want to erase it and start over again from scratch, just press and hold. And there it is. Now it's erased and we're back to square one. So at that point then we can turn off the chorus, and if we press both the buttons again, we're now back into the standard mode. So now we have the a very loud reverb because the reverb is turned all the way up there. So you want to adjust that again. But at this point now, we can start using the Stageman just as a preamp, as a direct box, with the 3-band EQ, with that gain, with that scoop, with that notch. But that's the Stageman, and this is already a great amp. We sell a lot of the amps here at the Pedal Guy. We do quite well with it, but this is a floor version of that exact algorithm, that exact configuration. So it's a great sounding pedal for acoustic players, and I know acoustic players sometimes get ignored a little bit when it comes to the world of pedals, but there are a lot of really great ones for you out there. Don't get discouraged. Don't worry, it's going to be okay. But in any case, for more information on this pedal and the other pedals that we carry, please visit us at ThePedalGuy.com. Also be sure to follow us on Facebook, and please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thanks and have a great day.